Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Browns Latest. I'm Dave Grendzynski, and this is where you can stop in and get caught up on some of the latest news involving the best team in the NFL. That is, of course, the Cleveland Browns. Thank you to everyone who has liked our previous episodes, who has subscribed to the channel, who has become members of the Browns Latest Dog Pound, and to all of you who get your comments in the viewer comment section. Thank you. Now we're almost to 9,000 subscribers. Hopefully, I want to get there by the Bengals game on Sunday. So hopefully we could get there, phone the neighbors, wake the kids. And now coming up on today's show, Jamar Chase is one of the best receivers in football, except for when he plays against the Browns. You also won't have to worry about Joe Flacco throwing a pick six against the Bengals on Sunday. Harold Fannin Jr. changes his number from 88 to 44, which tells me everything you need to know about how they're going to use him this season. And then down in the viewer comments, what is holding one Browns fan back from rooting for this team this year wholeheartedly? We'll find out, because I'm sure some of you others might feel the same way. But first things first, the graphic with the schedule. Today, practice. We'll hear from some of the coaches tomorrow. Same thing. Noon practice tomorrow. And then no availability Saturday. That's walkthrough, baby. Because Sunday's the game. And what do we learn from the preparations for the Bengals? Here's what we... Coach Stefanski's not sure what the new Bengals defensive coordinator, Al Golden, will throw at him. Because he's new. I'll probably look at some Notre Dame tape or something. Maybe they can get some hints from that. But... also says Joe Flacco is in the same shape physically this year as he was in 2023. But the big difference is this time he's had months to prepare for his role as the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, where the last time he came off the couch at the retirement home and had a week, if that, and it just went out there against the Rams and started slinging it. So that's good. Flacco says he's excited that the first game of the year is a division game. I think that's a big reason he is your QB1 because we have 3 division games out of the first 6. Michael Hall, again, no practice. I fully expect him not to play on Sunday. And then Denzel Ward says he wants every ball on Sunday thrown his way. Well, that's because he'll be covering Jamar Chase more than likely most of the time. And he's had a lot of success against Jamar Chase. We have mentioned this a couple of times this week, but now it's time to prove it to you. Whenever he gets, and Chase has said it himself, Denzel Ward is his biggest nemesis that he has to face each year, and he has to face him twice, as long as Ward is healthy. But look at this. This is since 2021. Jamar Chase has averaged 6.4 catches and 71.8 yards and less than 1 touchdown a game going up against Ward. Against other opponents, though, Chase averages 6.4 and 87.5 yards. Chase has only surpassed 100 receiving yards with Denzel Ward covering him one time across these matchups. And he's been held under 50 yards 4 times. So, yes, is this the Triple Crown winner coming into Huntington Bank Field on... Yes, it is. Jamar Chase is coming. But the Browns have his number. And now the guys around Denzel Ward are 10 times better than what we've been throwing at him since 2021. So, I fully expect Jamar. If you got him on your fantasy team, don't expect much from Jamar Chase this Sunday afternoon because Denzel Ward knows how to shut him down. Now, something else you don't have to worry about is Joe Flacco throwing a pick six. You say, Dave, what are you talking about? That's all anybody talks about with Flacco is the interceptions, the turnovers. He throws picks like they're going out of style. But yes, but here's the thing. We're playing the Bengals, and that matters. Why? Because, okay, let's break it down this way. Of the 51 pick sixes in Cincinnati Bengals history, 2 have come against Joe Flacco. And They were both with Baltimore. And so he threw one in 2017 against the Bengals, one in 2013 against the Bengals. But again, he was with Baltimore. He has thrown 14 in his career. Okay, so here, take a look at this graphic. Here are your top most thrown NFL pick sixes, your quarterbacks. Stafford is first at 20. Andy Dalton, former Bengal, go figure, 19. Kirk Cousins at 15. And then Winston and Flacco are tied at 14 apiece. But here's the thing. The Bengals, this is why you don't have to worry about it, folks. The Bengals are the only franchise that has never recorded a pick six in a season opener. How do you like them apples? The Bengals have the only team to have never recorded a pick six in a season opener. So Flacco can fling it wherever he wants. You know why? Because the Bengals defense is brutal. That's why they don't have any pick sixes. Now, they have recorded one pick six during every other week on the calendar, including week 18, which has only been around a few years. And there have been, listen, at 142, in case you want to bet a pick six on opening day, there have been 142 opening game pick sixes since the 1970 merger, with the Lions, Minnesota Vikings, and Seattle Seahawks leading the way. They all are tied for the first place with 8. Each of those. So Detroit, Minnesota, Seattle. If you're looking for a little prop bet there, a pick six, look at Detroit, Minnesota, and Seattle. They're the best at it on opening day. So Cincinnati, never, ever have they gotten a pick six on opening day, and we will keep that streak alive. Now, one guy Flacco will be expected to throw a lot to, not only on Sunday, but the entire season, is Fannin Jr. And we found out yesterday he's going from 88 to 44. And as soon as I saw that, I said, okay, well, that tells me everything I need to know about how they're going to use him. It's because they are going to be moving him all over the formation, folks, and he will be more of an H-back than he is a tight end. And so here, take a look at this. This is a graphic from the operations department of the NFL. And so you can see there, and this is when, so they changed the rule in 2023 because in 2020 they expanded the rosters and teams were running out of rosters for certain positions. So they said, okay, let's just change it where H-backs and tight ends and some of these other guys can use other numbers, and they even, that's where, remember JOK was wearing 0. Like they even threw, like, let them even wear 0. We don't care. Just as long as everybody's got a number. But you can see there, H-backs typically wear 0 to 49. Now, he could have kept 88, but it's telling me, because you already saw him lining up in the backfield in these preseason games. And so I think he's going to be lining up more as a fullback and some other things than he is a tight end. And so think like Zach Miller, Ben Utek, or even Peyton Hillis. Remember Peyton Hillis? So the main difference between an H-back and a tight end is their alignment and responsibilities. The H-back will line up off the line of scrimmage, often in motion, and is typically used as a versatile blocker or receiver in the slot or the backfield. Sounds exactly how they're going to use Fannin. While the tight end, lines up on the line and shares responsibilities with usually it's the tackle on one of the sides as a blocker, and then he's a receiver, but starts from a fixed position. And so Fannin will be used a lot in motion, and you know why? Because they went back and watched the tape of Bowling Green. That's exactly how Bowling Green used him. They moved him all over the formation, used him in so many different facets. And now he is adding a new facet to this Browns offense. It's going to be fun to watch because Kevin Stefanski talked about it. How Fannin, he carved a role for himself. He carved it out. And what we see on Sunday is only going to be the beginning. That's the floor. He's like, all these rookies, they're all just going to keep getting better as the season goes along. So just something else to keep your eyes on come Sunday. Now, Sunday is game 1, but the viewer comments are already in midseason form. And we'll start with Elijah Sands, who says, the Browns are the best underdog bet this weekend. And he threw in the fire emoji. And I agree. I've already got it. I bet him. I'll probably do some more stuff as Sunday gets closer, but I've already got him. I got a money line. I mean, you could take the points if that's fine. But I don't see any way the Browns are losing to the Bengals. In fact, this is how bad it is. This is what the Bengals are tweeting out. This is what they think their uniforms give them an advantage. They tweeted out they're going to wear the white pants with black stripes and the black socks. And the Bengals are 10-7 when they wear this uniform, including 2-1 in 2024. Like, that's what you're hanging your hat on, Cincinnati? Your uniforms? Give me a break. What are you, like, what is this, a middle school team? But anyway, that's what we're going up against, folks. Uniforms. That's it. I don't know what to tell you. Mike Blakesley, 3753, says, he's just worried about Judkins not playing. This is what we teased at the top, because Mike Blakesley says, that's what's holding me back. Plus, the Browns better make them field goals. Let go. Don't let it hold you back, Mike. Let go. This team is going to be completely different than the team we saw last year. So on offense, the defense, the aggressiveness, the players, the guys we got, they look like a real football team in the preseason, and they did what they needed. I know everybody said, oh, second string, the Rams, blah, blah, blah. But the bottom line is they did what they were supposed to do. They held that guy, their quarterback, who no one will ever know ever again, to like minus 43 net yards or something. And so that's what you got to do. You take what's in front of you and just stomp on it, and that's what they did. It's going to be good. Mike, let it go. Let's go. And we got Holy Schmidt. Of course we're going to be making field goals now. Every time you make, Mike, every time he makes a field goal, when Andre makes a field goal, every time I want you to yell, Holy Schmidt, just for me. All right. Tommy E. Stepp, 2497. In the last 5 years, I haven't made it past week 4 with the Browns, but only once. Until they can get a franchise quarterback, you're wasting your time on this farm team. I'm a lifer fan, and it took me 4 generations to figure it out. Good luck. Come on, Tommy. We've all been through this. Get out. Come on. Let's go. Come on with us. You're here. Let's go. We're in. You'll be watching. I hear this from my buddy. You cut him open. He bleeds orange and brown. Every year I hear this, and then the season starts and he gets all excited. That's where we're at. Hold on to the excitement. They're going to be fine. Do not let these first 4 games affect you. There'll be 3-3 after the first 6. Maybe 4-2. Stay with me. Orange Tadpole says, the Browns haven't won a regular season game in Pittsburgh since 2003. Making that prediction is foolish until they win there in the regular season. Well, Orange Tadpole, here's what I'm going to tell you. Pittsburgh is brutal. Pittsburgh sucks. They got old man Rodgers. They just named Jaylen Warren their perennial backup as their feature running back. Come on. I mean, what is their receiver situation? If they aren't taken for a quarterback, I don't know who is. Well, New Orleans. I do know that. That's all I'm telling you, Orange Tadpole. Yeah, you can, your stat will be, you'll have to amend your stat after we beat them in Pittsburgh this year. We'll end on Jerry Fulmer, who says, Stefanski only wins when he isn't supposed to. They will make the playoffs. Stefanski will be 3-time Coach of the Year at the end of the season. I like the way he's thinking. I almost left this last part out, but I'm going to throw it in. Jerry says, will be considered Super Bowl contenders in 2026, and then they will only win 5 games. Now, he's not wrong about that. We haven't had 2 winning seasons in a row. Every time we seem to spike, we always seem to fall off the map. But he's right. Another reason to love the Browns this year, because he's right. Look at the trend. That has been our trend. And it's always the years nobody expects us to do anything, which right now, nobody expects us to do anything. It's when we do something. And so, Jerry Fulmer, I am in 100% agreement with you on the first part. The second part, no, because we're going to change that starting next year. We're never going to have a losing season again. That's what I'm going to predict. How about that? No, I'm just kidding. But I'm telling you, there are too many good things that have lined up for this team, and the vibe is just different out there in Berea. All right, that's going to do it for today's show. Thanks so much for joining us. Go Browns! We'll see you next time.